Then ग्यारह साढ़े 11 बजे आ जाओ। So coming to the latest theme in geography, जो आजकल, which is you can say in fashion, is the stop and go determinism. The stop and go determinism shows how the perspective of human and nature is changing over the period of time. It was given by Griffith Taylor, who grew up in Australia. And if you look at the geography of Australia, you will understand why his thinking was in the form of stop and go determinism. This part of Australia is green because यहाँ पे rivers है. ऊपर का part of Australia is monsoon, so therefore there is a crops here. Even in the crops of the Australia, lower part of the Australia has wheat, and the inner part of Australia has dry crops, and generally it is used for sheep rearing. This part of Australia, जो पर्थ है, थोड़ा बहुत wheat होता है in this region, but this entire part is desert. And जो भी है यहाँ पे is in the terms of gold mines. So he saw that in the same Australian people, in the region जहाँ nature has allowed, वहाँ पे that it has become developed. जहाँ पे nature has put some limitations, it is not properly developed, and therefore he came up with the concept कि nature will give the plan of action, and it is the human beings who are proper understanding. They will design their progress as per the nature ka plan and action, and this is what is known as stop and go determinism. And as I told you yesterday, यहाँ पे human is like a traffic controller, traffic policeman who can control the traffic but cannot change the direction, right? Understanding? Change the direction. Direction मतलब ये नहीं कि right जाओ, left जाओ. Direction means गाड़ी आ रही है, उसको वापस पीछे नहीं भेज सकता, उसको रोक सकता है. He can ask them to go to the left, you get diverted from the original plan, but he will not reverse. So nature is the road and human is the traffic controller. And traffic is development. We can increase the development, we can decrease the rate of development, or exploitation of the nature provides nature will give the limits. कौन limit set कर रहा है? Nature. So it is determinism. Is nature allowing? Yes. Is nature not allowing? Yes, in the hard regions. Therefore, it is the stop and go determinism. What is uska influence? Stop and go determinism brought into limelight the excessive possibilism. Excessive of anything is bad. Whether it is possibilism, whether it is determinism, fine. Excessive possibilism in the terms of exploitation of the natural resources, etc. And आज का जो concept है sustainable development का, UNFCCC का, Kyoto Protocol का, it is an outcome of Griffith Taylor. Understanding? So ये जो environment है पूरा ये subject, this is based on environmental exploitation, ecology, environment, sustainable development. It is based on the stop and go determinism. Delhi mein, yes, you can allow urbanization, you can allow people to buy the car, but it will come at a cost of polluted air. It will come at the cost of increasing garbage dump. Getting it? अब डिपेंड करता है, यू आर रेडी टू सफर द पोल्यूशन, यू आर अलाउड टू, you will so what you do then, you reduce the pace of urbanization, you reduce the pace of development, because nature is asking you to stop or reduce it. Then you come up with new technology, that technology allows you to increase the development because it is clean technology, it reduces, so nature is allowing you to go. Till the time, nature again will not allow it. So this very easy concept is the stop and go determinism. So is this school favoring possibilism? Yes, man is also an active agent here. Man determines the development. Is the nature active here? Yes, but thoda zyada role, man and nature both are active, but who is made more powerful? Nature. So this is man and nature, possible, man, nature. Determinism, nature. Nature is more powerful. Possibilism, man is more powerful. This is, nature is slightly more powerful than man. Fine? Itna bhi zyada ye nahi hai. This is what is the stop and go determinism of Taylor. Clear? Isme there is no historical background, etc. Fine? What? क्या नहीं आया? Striking a balance between the two school of thoughts, striking a balance between extreme possibilism and extreme determinism. Extreme possibilism and extreme determinism. Griffith Taylor developed a new perspective. New perspective in early 1940s. Known as stop and go determinism or neo determinism. Neo determinism. Fine. Next point. This comes from the understanding of the nature. This comes from the understanding of the nature. This comes from the understanding of the nature that there are many places in the world. There are many places in the world which are well endowed, endowed means blessed, which are well endowed, and hence they offer the range of possibilities. देखो उसकी language देखो, they offer the range of possibilities. मतलब यहाँ पे you have different possibilities, they offer the range of possibilities. For humans to make a living, full stop. But there are some places on the earth where nature speaks out loudly, providing limitations. Fine. Is he close to possibilism also? Yes. Does possibilism say that each and every part of the world you can develop it properly, or possibilism also says कि yes, nature is different but you can develop, it will come with a price? ये कहता है कि नहीं possibilism? Yes. He says there are some regions in the world, even in the possibilism, in which the soil may not be fertile. Price आपको pay करना पड़ेगा, maybe hard work, but you will get the results. This is what possibilism is also saying. Neo-determinism भी यही कह रहा है. Nature will always extract a price. I'll just read one statement of a Spate, who is a philosopher. According to this possibilist thinking of space, opportunities offered by environment are not equal. Some demand little from the man, other continue struggle, some yield large, some very less returns. So the ratio between effort and the return can be looked upon as the price nature extracts from a man for the particular choice he had made. Matlab, nature is giving you different choices. You had a different choices to go into private sector, right? To go into education, higher education, to come to UPSC. Private sector, higher education, UPSC. I can call this as the plains. I can call this as plateau. And I can call this as Mars, or very difficult field, right? You will be successful provided what price you are ready to pay for your success. This is what is possibilism, and he is also saying the same thing. Getting it? So nature will speak out loudly. UPSC is difficult, but if you are ready to pay the price, success is yours. Possibilism भी यही कहता है. Determinism is also saying this. Yes, neo-determinism is also saying this. Yes. Yes. You can quote. Thinkers को अगर if it is not universal like Kant, Aristotle, Plato, don't quote them. Directly एकदम आप Ratzel को quote कर सकते हो, बस sample, Griffith Taylor, ये बाकी किसी को कोई नहीं जानता है इनको, ज्योग्राफी वालों के सिवा. So don't quote them. कोई फर्क नहीं. Check essay is always checked by English teacher. Essay is not checked by a person from UPSC background. Therefore, essay में spelling mistakes etc. matter more than the ideas also matter, but grammar, structure, spellings etc. will matter more. Next point. Taylor saw that the climate of Australia is extreme. Taylor saw that the climate of Australia is extreme. And therefore, in the regions of harsh climatic conditions, its control over the human environment is, its control over the human activity is enormous. That is why I took the map of Australia. यहाँ पे पूरा control है इसका activity का. But he has seen that Australia is a developed nation. Had he been born in the developing या poorly developed nation, he would have been believer of determinism. But because he was born in the developed nation, he saw कि in spite of 60% being desert, how Australians could change that desert. And इसलिए neo-determinism. Getting it? Taylor argues or Taylor observes that carrying fertilizers to fertile prairies or Denmark, fertile prairies or Denmark can give the desired results, but the same fertilizer in barren land lands will not be helpful. Understanding? Barren lands will not be helpful. He is saying this is a country, you have two choices, one is good part, fertile part, one is barren part. अगर आप आदमी हो तो आप कहाँ जाओगे, in the good part या barren part? If you are saying man is so good, man is so important, so why don't you go to the barren part and do working here? Then why you look at the fertile soil and start working there? Understanding? He took the example of Denmark and said, even see in the Denmark. Why he took the example of Denmark? Because Denmark is a coastal region, half of Denmark is very fertile, half of Denmark is not fertile. So he said, even in Denmark, if possibilism is so true, then why the tougher regions of the Denmark are not as developed as the fertile regions? Getting it? You are a person who believes in possibilism and you have to do agriculture land. क्यों आपको फिर fertile soil चाहिए? If you are so much believer in possibilism, go and do in some desert. वहाँ पे नहीं जाएंगे आप. You will require technology for this. Even then, if the technology is available in the Rajasthan ka desert versus maybe fertile soil of Punjab, कहाँ पे production will be more? Punjab में. So this is the role that environment plays on us. Getting it? Understanding? वैसे one Denmark, Norway, did it have any colonial territory in India? Danish? Where it was? Goa was Portuguese. Pondicherry is French. Tamil Nadu में. Nicobar was under the control of Denmark. These are the three territories of Danish people in India. So अब श्रीरामपुर में तो कुछ नहीं बचा है, निकोबार में कुछ नहीं बचा है. I have asked this because एक हिंदू में आर्टिकल आया था regarding the Danish way of living in Tharangambadi. So you remember this for prelims. Right? Next. The success of humans in better regions, in the better regions shows that humans have pushed ahead. Underline this, shows that humans have pushed ahead the nature's plan for their environment. Nature's plan for their environment. Nature ने क्या प्लान करके रखा था for them. And thus he concludes that man is not a free agent. Concludes that man is not a free agent, but he has to work in the limits laid by the nature. देखो, it is he has to work in the limits laid by the nature. See how it is different from determinism. Determinism में you don't have freedom to work even in the limits. यहाँ पे at least you can work in the limits that are laid by the nature. Fine? Getting it? Next paragraph. According to Taylor, the best economic program for a country to follow, the best economic program for a country to follow is determined by the environment. Is determined by the environment or nature. Fine? Environment. And it is the geographer's duty to interpret this program. It is the geographer's duty to interpret this program. ये जो paragraph we are going to write is the essence of this. This should come in the exam. So best economic program for any region is determined by the nature, right? And geographer should say how the economic program should be laid down. It is the geographer's duty to interpret this program. Getting it? So for in the hilly regions, if you go and without asking geographer, without understanding geography, you can keep on doing the development, there will be landslides, there will be earthquakes. Understanding? Man, ये पूरा पैराग्राफ आना चाहिए, man is able to accelerate, slow or stop the progress of nation. Man is able to accelerate, stop or slow down the progress of a nation. But if he is wise, he should not deviate. He should not deviate or depart. जो लिखना है लिखो, deviate or depart from the directions given by the nature. He should not deviate or depart from the directions given by the nature. Directions given by the nature. So you can see human being is able to slow down, accelerate या stop, जो traffic light करता है. Slow down orange, stop red, accelerate green. Thus he compares man to a traffic controller in a large city. Thus he compares traffic control in a large city who can alter the rate but not the direction of progress. who can alter the rate but not the direction of progress. Clear? वो कहता है there are two kind of people, one is wise, one is foolish. Foolish is one who cannot interpret, and if he keeps on doing that, then there will be environmental backlash. Nature will destroy you, and if wise is there, there won't be environmental backlash. Clear? Understood? ये line अपने language में हो पर आने दो इसको. Yeah, from old determinism. Tell me, how is it different from old determinism? Is this? यहाँ पे you what you are saying? वही चीज़ें हैं, घूम घूम के वही चीज़ें हैं. यहाँ पे at least he has given some role to the man to be an active agent so that he can determine the progress. Yes, that is if followed by the concept of sustainable development. यहाँ पे current affairs आने दो. If followed by the concept of sustainable development, man can really change the direction of the progress. How is he different from possibilism? Tell me. Possibilism कहता है man can do everything. ये कहता है नहीं. But that is a mistake. Possibilists say कि हमने कभी नहीं कहा कि man can do everything. You don't study us properly. That is your mistake. We also say that man का more or less plans or work is determined by the nature. But only thing is, it is a degree of comparison. He says it more explicitly. Possibilism में वो directly नहीं कहा गया था. दोनों एक ही philosophies है, सच्ची बताइए तो. Possibilism and stop and go determinism is more or less same. वो भी कहता है, but possibilism ने सब positive examples लिए and कहा देखो how crops have come from different regions and they are growing here. Possibilism did not go to Alaska to check. He is थोड़ा negative. He goes to Alaska and checks whether you can do it there, and then asks possibilism, बताओ मुझे कैसे करोगे यहाँ पे. And then when possibilism says no, he says देखो, this is because there is a control of nature. And then possibilism says no, we also were saying this, the only thing is we did not tell you. हमें लगा कि ये आप खुद समझ जाओगे. Yes. Yes. लाभ जो हमने कंक्लूजन लिखा है, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉसिबिलिज्म का, कि द नेक्स्ट पॉसिबिलिज्म जो है इट डिविएटेड फ्रॉम द लाशियन और विदालियन ट्रेडिशन. कि उसने कहा कि नहीं, मैन इज वेरी सुप्रीम, एक्सप्लॉइट करो जितना करना है. सो कैन टू गेट गुड मार्क्स इन द एग्जाम, कैन यू थिंक कि कैन यू कंक्लूड इसमें कि दिस is what is the concept of sustainable development. He gives the idea of sustainable development. Development with nature being given a central role along with the man. Understanding? The sustainable development ही है indirectly, right? So next point, it is different from the old determinism. It is different from the old determinism. Because it introduces the idea of choice. It introduces the idea of choice. Determined by the goal that is to be attained. Determined by the goal that is to be attained. Goal, whatever the goal you want, that has to be attained. and therefore it is also sometimes known as pragmatic possibilism, also sometimes known as pragmatic possibilism. Pragmatic means wise possibilism. It is also different from possibilism. It is also different from possibilism because the goal, इसलिए वो word लिखा है हमने, goal. एक बार goal अगर पता है, then you know whether nature will allow that or not. The goal which is set up by the man, which is set up by the man, has to be, is determined by the nature, is determined by the nature and interpreted by wise man. Interpreted by wise man. Understanding? The possibilists argue that opportunities offered by the environment are not equal. Opportunities offered by the environment are not equal. Full stop. Choice is yours. अगर याद रखना है तो रखो. तथम questions that how once the environmental choices are determined, don't write this, it will become complex. Ab Tatham will question कि once the environmental choices are determined, how it is different from possibilism. Possibilism भी कहता है कि once there are possibilities, if the nature has no limits, there are possibilities, you have a free will. And Tatham questions to Taylor कि you are saying कि it is my determinism, fine. So once you have determined the environmental choices, tell me how you are different from possibilism, because you are also free, I am also free, fine. So once the environmental choices are determined, how this determinism is different from possibilism. How this determinism is different from possibilism. Next point. But the school of but Taylor introduced indirectly the concepts of sustainable development, and natural degradation, degradation, a price, a price. Man sometimes pay, man sometimes pay for extreme possibilism, extreme possibilism, for extreme possibilism. Next. Though numerous, though the debate on, and though the debate on the, the debate on possibilism versus determinism, possibilism versus determinism, continued in 1980s, continued in 1980s. But today, it is generally argued that, it is generally argued that both this, both these philosophies are not opposite to each other, are not opposite to each other. Full stop. They are two sides of a same coin. They are two sides of a same coin. They are two sides of a same coin. And hence, the aim of a geography, aim of a geography should be human well-being, human well-being. This is possible only if, this is possible only if nature is given its rightful place. Nature is given its rightful place as a friendly partner in development, as a friendly partner in development, as a friendly partner in development. The credit for this goes to Griffith Taylor. The credit for this goes to Griffith Taylor. Because he argued, because he told, because his philosophy tries to balance both. Tries to balance both. And tells us indirectly that nature protects, tells us indirectly that nature protects if she is protected. ये ग्रिफिथ टेलर की लाइन नहीं है, ये COP11 की लाइन है, लोगो है, बट आई एम यूजिंग दिस. So कोई भी क्वेश्चन आता है on dichotomy between dualism and determinism and possibilism, this is how your approach should be. You should end with Taylor and sustainable development ka concept and some examples. Fine. Clear? So our idea today is what is Neo Griffith Taylor का. And see, Griffith Taylor gave his concept in 1920s. उसको तब किसी ने seriously नहीं लिया. 1960s से उसको seriously लेने लग गए जब environmental degradation होने लग गया. ये earlier nobody took Taylor seriously. Fine. So just a flow chart. The first concept paradigm, what we have finished till now, is the first paradigm in geography, that is the scientific determinism in the form of Darwin-Radziel ka concept. Fine. It gave primary importance to the nature. Second paradigm in geography, paradigm means school of thinking, is possibilism. Fine, of Vidal de Lablache. In fact, you can even conclude, if you want, कि Taylor is more nearer to the Lablache rather than Lucien Febvre. It is the Lucien Febvre who said that there are no limitations, only possibilities. Lablache का first statement हमने दोनों लिखा है, वो कहता है there are limits which are set by the nature. Taylor is more clear to the Lucien Febvre, to the Vidal de Lablache. This is what is the thought. Easy, very easy, quantitative revolution. Quantitative revolution is from positivism. Positivism comes from the scientific. So quantitative revolution is scientific in nature. And उसके बाद there is anti-positivism जो backlash हुआ against the quantitative revolution 1850s, 1890s, to 1930s, 1950s and 1980s. So we are right now in the fourth paradigm state. Clear? Can I continue? What happened here in between? Why geography had to change its paradigm? There was again a crisis period in geography. You see, crisis period तभी आया. I guess now you have understood. Crisis तभी आता है when geography loses उसका scientific discipline. We have written this as a criticism to possibilism. So there are two geographers. One is Hartshorne, one is Schaffer. Hartshorne का regional geography is dominant. Hartshorne कहता है कि there should be focus on the regional geography based on the Vidalian Lablache concept of pace. Or there should be focus on the possibilism. But उसमें problem में हुआ कि there cannot be scientific generalization, scientific laws. And therefore, most of the departments of the geography in the major universities of the world, including Harvard, including Cambridge, including Oxford, was shut down because geography as a separate subject kuch tha nahi, right? So as a result of this, there was another paradigm mein, there was a Schaffer. Schaffer said, nahi, geography is general science. And like any general science, any science, it is based on the universal laws, fine, which can be based on generalization. And for generalization, general laws, एक पूरा geography को फिर से लेके आने के लिए in the mainstream, there was one of the biggest revolution which changed the entire subject matter, and this is what is known as quantitative revolution. So background क्या है? Regional versus human systematic geography. दूसरा background क्या है? Human geography versus physical geography. कौन जीता फिर से? Physical geography. कौन जीता फिर से? Systematic geography. Geography lost empiricism, geography lost science model building, and therefore there was a focus कि फिर से empirical बनाओ subject को, फिर से model building लाओ, and there was so much over generalization of model building कि इसने फिर से subject को बना दिया mathematical in nature. Laws है, there were some assumptions. Assumption was homogeneous isotropic surface, मतलब each and everywhere. For example, one assumption was कि if you want to make a law now, universal law, so if this is a surface area, आप क्या कहोगे कि this entire surface is homogeneous. You will not take into consideration कि यहाँ पे there is a black soil, यहाँ पे there is a mountain, यहाँ पे there is a lake. So they will consider an homogeneous surface, what is they will call as an isotropic surface. Then only they will be able to make a law. Secondly, they will consider, and इसका most impact was seen in the model building theory of economic geography. So they will consider every man as an economic rational man. Means that man जो है, he always thinks for his best. What is known as an economic man or the rational man? वो कहता है कि man is maximizer. Means every man will work to maximize his profit. Man will not be guided by emotions. Man won't be guided by non-rational decisions like impulsive making, etc. So अगर if you want to set up an iron and steel industry or any industry, you will not worry कि मेरे गांव के पास parents है, I will be a support to them, etc. आपको business वहाँ नहीं डालोगे. You will look at all the conditions, find out which is the best condition, and you will put up a business over there. इसको behavioralism कहता है. No, man is satisficer. Man is never a maximizer. What is satisficer? He will look for monetary reward as well as he will look for satisfaction. C, financial reward as well as satisfaction. And therefore, जो best of the world मिलेगा, that man will decide. Satisficer. Getting it? Take an example of today's election का results. For example, I'll take Haryana का results या maybe even Maharashtra का results. Man is a satisficer. Man is not a rational man. Had he been rational man, he would have thought कि central में there is a BJP government, I'll give my entire vote to the BJP government. But Delhi के बाजू में भी Haryana, which is so nearer to the Delhi, वहाँ पे also BJP is not in majority. Getting it? Why? Because man is thinking now about the local issues. He is not thinking about world issues, कि India will be a global power if Modi comes, or India will be XYZ. He is thinking कि मेरे गांव में क्या है, right? So that is what his man is a satisficer. फिर if you set up an industry over here, ये कहता है कि यहाँ से या यहाँ से रॉ मटेरियल ला रहे हो तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम from each and every place. Not necessarily, it depends upon the surface. If this region is full of ghats, mountains, iska transportation cost will be different as compared to the plains. Fine? And they say ki labor cost also will be the same at each and every place. Not necessarily. Labor cost, if this develops as a city, standard of living will increase, and therefore the labor cost will also keep on changing. But whatever be the negatives, this helped in making very general theories in geography and brought back geography so that geography can be taken seriously in the academic circles. Right? That time it was such a situation कि Schaffer used to say that he is ashamed to be a geographer because people laugh at him. People ask him, what is your original content? Political geography, pol science वाले हंसते थे. Social geography, sociology वाले हंसते थे. If you say economic geography, economics वाले हंसते थे. So क्या है तुम्हारा subject? Maps बनाना? Fine. So as a result of this, the quantitative revolution changed the perspective and it made geography a scientific, serious discipline. ठीक है, over generalization it did, but with the help of very generalized models, it at least gave an idea कि how to set up XYZ things in that region, and then थोड़ा बहुत change you can do over the period of time. But do you agree कि it made a man a machine? कि man will always think rationally, man will not be emotional, man will not be this thing. Secondly, anti-positivists say that quantitative revolution is capitalist. Now the question I am asking you, why they say quantitative revolution is capitalist? Because they are giving theory. This will be thoda deep think karo. It will challenge your thinking. Tell me why they say it is capitalist in nature. Any other answer? He is saying that they are thinking about setting up of industries, etc. She is saying that it is about maximizing profit. What is capitalism? Capitalism is planning industrial development with the sole motive of profit maximization. There is no mention of labor reforms, labor welfare, removal of poverty, removal of inequalities in the society. क्या कहते थे? हाँ चलो, this is India, so where you get iron, where you get coal, छोटा नागपुर प्लाटू, चलो डालो इंडस्ट्रीज वहाँ पे, एक्सप्लॉइट एंड एक्सपोर्ट इट. एंड ये सब मॉडल्स एंड थियरिंग्स के लिए, प्लानिंग के लिए यू रिक्वायर मनी, with whom the money is there, who owns the means of production, and thus the people who were already rich after the quantitative revolution started becoming very, very rich. The gap between poor and rich started increasing, and there was only a sole motive, that is the profit maximization, and therefore people say it is capitalist in orientation. It does not talk about protecting the natural forces, natural resources, etc. It talks about removal. So therefore behavioralism आया, radicalism आया, radicalism overthrow Marxism ideology. Understanding, I told you welfareism and radicalism both are Marx at the start of the lecture. Now you should understand ये तब Marxist ideology, why it came after quantitative revolution. Aristotle से क्यों नहीं आई अब तक Marxist ideology, and now why Marxist ideology is so strong in geography? उसका reason is because QR is capitalist in nature. Is it just a critique? Yeah, it is true. It is very true. Vedanta mining industry coming into India, by giving some crony capitalism, they will set up the mines. They will destroy the forest of that region. They will take the profit. They will degrade the region. एंड थोड़ा नाम के लिए थोड़ा ग्रीन प्लांट्स वो सब करेंगे, किसी को ये कर देंगे, किसी की लैंड ले लेंगे, उसको जॉब दे देंगे, बट व्हाट दैट जॉब विल बी जनरली द वॉचमैन का जॉब, फाइन, या लेबर का जॉब, एंड आफ्टर दैट दे विल गो अवे. द ओनर ऑफ वेदांता विल रेयरली विजिट ओडिशा नियमगिरी हिल्स, वो अपना लंदन के घर में मस्त रहता रहेगा. गेटिंग इट? दिस इज व्हाट इज द QR, quantitative revolution. But उसका examples are immense. Examples are immense. Central place theory, urban planning, demography, how to influence the people. But that is more with respect to the behavioralism. Behavioralism ये कहेगा, चलो if you want to win the election, there are two issues. What is needed really is hospital. But if you make an hospital, you will lose the election because that is needed. But man is satisfizer. ये कहेगा कि quantitative revolution, yes, you should build the hospital because man is rational maximizer. Behavioralism कहेगा नहीं, मंदिर बनाओ आप, because that will give emotional attachment to the people. Let them die because of diseases. Because even if you make the hospital or school, they will not give you any importance. But if you make the road, if you make buildings, if you make statue, if you make temples, people will get emotionally attached, and on the day of judgment, that is election, they will vote for you. This is what is the impact of behavioralism in geography. Getting it? पूरा voting dynamics उसने change कर दिया, and therefore behavioral geography talks mostly of how political landscapes of the countries are shaped. Getting it? Fine. और रेडिकलिज्म वेलफेयरिज्म तो वही कहेगा कि गवर्नमेंट को हटा दो, ब्रिंग इन द रिवोल्यूशन, ब्रिंग इन दिस थिंग. वाई गवर्नमेंट को हटा दो? बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट इज ओन्ड बाय कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास. मार्क्सिस्ट को काम नहीं है, आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट मार्क्सिस्ट को काम नहीं है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ मार्क्सिस्ट जोग्राफर वी अनुचिन of Soviet Union criticizes determinism because it is against removal of poverty. अब determinism and poverty का कहाँ से लेना देना है? But he says stop and go determinism or determinism by giving general physical laws does not focus on the problem of labor and production. Why will geography focus on the problem of labor and production? Fine. So, getting it? Radicalism बहुत आसान है, because there is only one criticism. It has given a beautiful view of the world, but without solutions, without steps, and therefore radicalism has remained only as a theory, not as a practical solution. Welfareism, I told you, is liberal form of radicalism, liberal form of Marx. So welfareism gives more authority to the people and to the authority, that is to the government. वो कहता है government को कि कैसे design करना है. And it says that take the concept of public space, private space, inner space into consideration while designing a policy, which was a question last year. Fine. Question on Hartshorne came this year. Why it came this year? Now this is the part why it came this year, because Hartshorne was too much for regional geography. Ultimately, regional geography resulted into the decline of geography, end of geography, and therefore we have a very good debate in this book which is known as the Schaffer-Hartshorne debate. Right? But हमारे ये सब academics के काम के हैं, answer लिखने के काम के नहीं है. That is why I am not going into that. So, quantitative revolution. What? पहले quantitative revolution is a reaction to Hartshorne. Schaffer, S-C-H-A-F-F-E-R. See, there was a disappointment in the state of affairs in the contemporary geography, and this disappointment was published by Schaffer. Schaffer criticized the regional and exceptionalist claims in the geography. Exceptionalist claims means against generalization. Generalization is law. आप general laws को मत पढ़ो, आप exceptions को पढ़ो. Don't study the systematic geography, study the regional geography. Fine? And then Schaffer ने क्या कहा, Hodgson ने क्या कहा, and ultimately quantitative revolution, the search for new scientific geography. Fine? So, historical background. I am not dictating. I'll just give you a brief overview of what is this. Schaffer, Hart, Schroeder, debate, Schaffer criticizing exceptionalism, in geography. Exceptionalism is studying the exceptions, that is the regional geography. Due to focus on regional geography, subject was viewed from narrow regional perspective. Understanding? Led to new geography based on general laws and models. कब आप मॉडल बना सकते हो? You can make a model. What happens in the model? There is an input, there is a output. So you will call this as systems analysis. Systems analysis. Known as QR. It is known as QR, quantitative revolution. Known as QR. Fine. What was the focus? Focus was on model building, etc. Themes in QR. First, spatial analysis. What do you mean by spatial analysis? Analyzing what is present in the space. Studying the space, analyzing, and then trying to find a common thread. That is what is known as in spatial analysis. Second, generalizations. So, कौन सा word use हुआ QR के अंदर? The word space, generalizations. Third, some assumptions. Third theme, some assumptions. some assumptions. And fourth, locational analysis. Spatial analysis, locational analysis. Outcome, central place theory. Second outcome, industrial location triangle. Third outcome, diffusion of innovation model. Diffusion of innovation model. Fine. Fourth outcome, systems theory of geography. Systems theory of geography. But there were some negatives. Getting it? So, इस background के साथ we'll meet tomorrow, and I have this material ready of the systems analysis with me. So remind me of distributing it before the class. Getting it? So ताकि ये लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. I've just given you the structure. I will just discuss. इसके आगे का regional geography, areal differentiation, regional synthesis. I have the material ready. I will discuss it in the class, and जिसको जो input लेना है, because अब things are very easy. It doesn't require a logical order. Behavioralism क्या है, etc. Fine. So are you going to come tomorrow or not? First tell me.